Tiramisu is the fifth most recognized Italian word on earth. It carries the weight of a dessert served to Roman emperors or Renaissance dukes. In reality, the layered cake is a modern creation, appearing for the first time in the late 1960s. The paper trail leads to a specific address in northern Italy, the La Beccherie restaurant in Treviso's Piazza Encelato. In the early 1970s, restaurant owner Alba Campeol was recovering from the birth of her son. Seeking a restorative treat, she collaborated with pastry chef Roberto Linguanotto to refine a traditional breakfast of whipped eggs and coffee, eventually adding ladyfingers and mascarpone cheese. By 1972, the recipe debuted on their menu. Today, this formulation is officially certified by the Accademia del Tiramisu and protected by the Italian government as a traditional gastronomic product of the Veneto region. The documented history of the world's most famous Italian dessert belongs to a wholesome, family-friendly pick-me-up designed for a new mother. That maternal inspiration was the spatudine, a rustic peasant tonic made by whipping raw egg yolks with sugar until they turned pale and frothy. In the local Treviso dialect, locals describe the restorative effect of this mixture with the phrase tiramisu. Standard Italianized as tiramisu, the name translates literally to pick-me-up or lift-me-up. The combination explains the name. Pairing the caffeine load of espresso with the glucose spike of raw sugar and the dense fats of egg yolks provides a physical energy boost. For decades, it functioned as a practical tool for exhausted laborers and tired children. This official timeline accounts for the dictionary definition, yet it competes with a parallel oral history that suggests a more scandalous purpose. Step back a century from the bright dining room of Le Beccherie, and the setting shifts to the secretive reality of 19th century Treviso. This era of the city was defined by its case di tolleranza, state-sanctioned brothels operating within hidden, upscale palazzos. Pervasive local legend claims the first version of the dessert was actually concocted by a clever maitresse, or madam, running one of these pleasure houses. In this telling, the caffeine and sugar served a different goal. The madam used the dish as a natural Viagra to reinvigorate her clientele. This alternative history frames tiramisu as a tool of commerce, explicitly engineered to prolong the stamina and the spending power of the brothel's patrons. Within the context of a 19th century pleasure house, the vocabulary of the dish changes. The phrase tiramisu, pick me up or pull it up, functions as a suggestive double entendre when offered as an aphrodisiac to male clients. Even the predecessor dish, spatudine, carries a scandalous folkloric translation in the city's oral history, roughly equating to "give me a shake and bang me." Folklore describes noblemen consuming the dessert to prepare for long nights, while madames supposedly fed it to exhausted clients so they could return home with enough energy to perform their conjugal duties for their wives. In the collective imagination of the region, the language of tiramisu remains entangled with sexual innuendo, subverting the wholesome records of the 1970s. The undocumented street rumor often outshines the notarized historical record because it aligns so closely with the biological effects of the ingredients. This chart illustrates the biological reaction, making the myth credible. Espresso and sugar create rapid spikes in heart rate and energy, but mascarpone and egg yolks blanket those spikes. These dense fats slow absorption, transforming a volatile jolt into stabilized, prolonged endurance. This biological effectiveness is exactly why the Accademia del Tiramisu continues to entertain the brothel legend alongside the restaurant's facts. Today, we consume the romance, the imagination, and the scandal of this history as literally as we do the calories of the dessert itself. Whether you credit the culinary innovators of the 1970s or the ingenious madams of the 19th century, tiramisu lives up to its name as a dessert that promises an awakening.